"Where's the tissue box?" said Jennifer Aniston and pretty much everybody else in the world. It's been 17 years since Rachel got off the plane. And yesterday, a 2-minute trailer for the one where they all got back together finally came out. Tears of joy and heart-wrenching nostalgia came over us. And the 6 stars were seen flooded with emotion and 10 years of memories. Though that's not what caught our attention. Tune in to learn why fans all over the world have been left incredibly worried about Matthew Perry. When the trailer landed last night, it was one of the most satisfying moments for people worldwide. We saw the cast recreating an iconic scene from the sitcom, and finally trying to settle one of life's greatest mysteries. Were Ross and Rachel on a break?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Bullshit.
The actors were shown reminiscing while wandering around the apartment sets and quizzing each other on plot lines. However, it wasn't all laughs. In one of the more touching moments, Jennifer Aniston is seen comforting a visibly emotional Matthew Perry. At one point, Matthew got all choked up, his voice quivering, and said,
"Yeah, I'm gonna cry now."
And Jen couldn't help but place a hand on his shoulder. That's what friends are for. Not only that, but after the release of People's new interview, fans became incredibly concerned over the perceived status of Matthew's health. Several of them noted that Perry appeared to have slurred speech and an odd gaze while answering whether he ever took a souvenir after the end of the show.
"I stole the cookie jar that had the clock on it,"
he said, pronouncing a distinct sh sound at the beginning of stole. His overall behavior and off-sounding comments stunned everybody. "When Matthew Perry was like about to cry, I was bawling," one person said. "Hate to say it, but I'm sad and scared like hell for Matthew Perry," another fan wrote. One fan came to the actor's defense. "Matthew Perry has gone through so much. Don't lower down his confidence by commenting he is looking this or that way." That witty and sarcastic as his character we know and love, Perry was addicted to alcohol even before Friends. Then, 3 years after the show's debut, he got into a jet ski accident and was prescribed Vicodin. Hello, Dr. House. Soon, he became utterly dependent on painkillers. From the start, I liked how it made me feel, and I wanted to get more. The same year, he checked into a rehab center in Minnesota and completed a 28-day program. Unfortunately, the sobriety didn't last. Perry thinks battling addiction has very little to do with courage, at least at first. It's more of a life and death situation. Being blunt, a little clarity saved him. He also noted that no matter how many times your loved ones tell you they love you and want to help you, eventually you have to realize it yourself in order for things to happen. You ultimately surrender and realize that you need help and you ask for it, he added, talking to Oprah. After overcoming his demons, Matthew Perry decided to use his experience to give back and help others. Paying it forward, he didn't just offer the words of wisdom, some advice. He took action and remade his Malibu mansion into a sober living facility in 2013. He was also able to raise $45 million to support the funding of drug courts. Perry thinks it's nice for people to see that somebody who once struggled in their life is not struggling anymore. He also told The Hollywood Reporter that the fact that he's on TV helps people listen a bit more, and he's trying to take advantage of that once in a while. In 2015, Perry received the Phoenix Rising Award from the nonprofit drug and alcohol rehabilitation organization, Phoenix House. I've had a lot of ups and downs in my life and a lot of wonderful accolades. But the best thing about me is that if an alcoholic comes up to me and says, "Will you help me stop drinking?" I will say, "Yes, I know how to do that," he shared with The Hollywood Reporter. Perry's house helped recovering addicts get back on their feet until 2016, when Matthew had to sell the house, hoping to relocate. It was too expensive to run. Unfortunately, this plan was unsuccessful and the center was permanently closed. The same year, he channeled his experience into writing a stage play called The End of Longing. He's written and produced shows before, sadly with little success, if any. This dark comedy, where he played an exaggerated version of himself, debuted in London on the West End in 2016, and then again off Broadway in 2017. It flew out of me, this play. I finished it in about 10 days. I guess I had something to say, he told Variety. Despite this widespread notion that people can't change, the Odd Couple star believes that they do, and he sees people changing every day.
I believe that people can change in this world, and there's a very
common notion that people can't change, and I see people changing every day.
We can assume he talks about himself as well. He had some health problems in 2018. Fortunately, they had nothing to do with substance abuse. Matthew Perry's one of those people who prefer to stay out of the spotlight. So the fans were elated as he appeared in Jennifer Aniston's first post on Instagram in October 2019. In February 2020, the man himself joined social media with his witty remarks and kind words, continuing to make people laugh and happy. And in December 2020, he released a limited me-inspired clothing collection benefiting WHO and trying to make a difference. Hopefully Matthew is still doing well, and the last couple of days and likely the filming have just been overwhelming for the actor. It would only be fitting to finish off with the words from our wise professor of paleontology, aka David Schwimmer.
I think over the years we've all struggled with different obstacles and challenges, and I think in those times it's been nice to be able to reach out and touch base and have a call. And